On June 13, 1901, Ada Maria Redpath and her son, Clifford Redpath, were found dead in their Montreal mansion. The shocking deaths of two members of one of Canada's wealthiest and most influential families sent waves through high society and have since become a source of intrigue, speculation, and conspiracy theories. More than a century later, the truth behind what happened inside the Redpath mansion remains shrouded in mystery. Was it a tragic murder-suicide, a carefully covered-up double homicide, or something even more sinister tied to wealth, mental health, and reputation? The Redpaths were a prominent Canadian family, having amassed great wealth through their sugar refinery empire, founded by John Redpath in the early 19th century. By 1901, Ada Maria Redpath, the widow of John Redpath Jr., lived in the family's opulent mansion on Sherbrooke Street in Montreal with several of her children, including her 24-year-old son, Clifford Redpath. Ada was known for her refined demeanor and fragile health, while Clifford was a recent McGill University graduate reportedly suffering from bouts of depression and epilepsy. The Redpaths, like many elite families of the era, were intensely private, and appearances were everything. On the evening of June 13, gunshots rang out from inside the Redpath mansion. Servants and family members rushed to the scene to find Ada Maria Redpath and Clifford Redpath dead in Ada's bedroom. Ada was found seated in a chair, shot in the head. Clifford lay nearby on the floor, also dead from a gunshot wound. A revolver was discovered near Clifford's body. The scene was gruesome and immediately raised questions. How could such a tragedy occur within one of Montreal's most distinguished households? Within hours, the deaths were unofficially declared a murder-suicide. The prevailing theory was that Clifford, in a fit of mental instability brought on by his health issues, shot his mother before turning the gun on himself. However, no formal inquest was ever conducted. The coroner signed off on the case swiftly, and the Redpath family moved quickly to bury the incident, both literally and figuratively. The lack of investigation, coupled with the family's influence, fueled rumors that the truth had been suppressed to protect the family's reputation. Over the years, several inconsistencies in the case have led historians and true crime enthusiasts to question the official version of events. Ada Redpath suffered from severe arthritis and was reportedly bedridden much of the time. Some accounts suggest she would have been unable to sit upright in a chair without assistance, casting doubt on how she was found. While Clifford did struggle with depression and epilepsy, there was little evidence to suggest he was violent or suicidal. Friends and acquaintances described him as gentle, if troubled. The positioning of the revolver raised eyebrows. Some reports indicated it was found too far from Clifford's hand to be consistent with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. In an era when high-profile deaths often warranted thorough inquiries, the absence of an inquest into the Redpath deaths is suspicious. Many believe the family used its social standing to prevent scandal. Multiple servants were present in the mansion at the time, but none provided detailed public statements. Whether out of loyalty, fear, or coercion, their silence has only deepened the mystery. Some theorists suggest that both Ada and Clifford were murdered by a third party, perhaps a disgruntled employee, a family associate, or someone with a vendetta. However, no evidence of forced entry or struggle was ever documented. Another theory posits that Clifford may have been handling the revolver recklessly, resulting in the accidental shooting of his mother before panicking and taking his own life. The most enduring theory is that the Redpath family orchestrated a cover-up, either to hide a more scandalous truth or to swiftly manage a tragic event without public scrutiny. In this scenario, details of the deaths may have been altered or staged before authorities arrived. Following the deaths, the Redpath family maintained their social standing, and the tragedy was rarely discussed in public. The mansion itself was eventually demolished in 1986, erasing the physical site of the mystery but not its place in Canadian folklore.